Next week's Emmerdale is packed with dramatic twists as Charity comes face to face with another of Dr. Todd's alleged victims, while Mackenzie and Vanessa launch a risky plan. Elsewhere, Serena grows closer to Ross for mysterious reasons, and Cain finds himself in serious danger. After discovering that someone has broken into Home Farm, Kim asks Ross to investigate and provides him with a list of possible suspects. Ross immediately gets off on the wrong foot by accusing Moira. His investigation soon leads to a heated confrontation with Aaron after he suggests Robert could be responsible. Serena steps in to break up the argument and uses the opportunity to explain the truth about John. Her explanation reassures Robert, who decides to let Serena stay at the farm, despite Aaron's ongoing doubts. When Kim discovers that a USB drive has been stolen, Serena lands a job at Emmerdale Farm after Aaron admits Robert is still too badly injured to return to work. Before long, Serena begins manipulating events to draw Ross closer to her. Ross mistakes her attention for romantic interest, but Serena clearly has another motive in mind. After Mack and Vanessa are told that the Crown Prosecution Service will not be taking legal action against Dr. Todd, they become determined to expose her another way. Believing there could be hidden complaints filed against Todd at the hospital, they set their plan in motion. Vanessa and Jacob arrange a meeting with HR representative Carol to search for answers. Meanwhile, a devastated Charity hears about their investigation and decides to confront Carol herself. Instead, she unexpectedly meets Helen, another woman who claims to have suffered because of Dr. Todd. Although Helen is hesitant to speak at first, Charity's heartfelt confession encourages her to open up. Could Helen's testimony finally strengthen Charity's case? Having left his previous role behind, Kev attempts to return to work, much to Nicola's frustration. Trying to reconnect with Lewis, Kev showers him with expensive gifts, but Ross notices that Lewis seems increasingly uncomfortable with the attention. Kev's fresh start is soon threatened when his old friend Steve unexpectedly turns up. Will his past derail everything he's worked towards? Believing that radiotherapy could improve both his own condition and possibly help Monty, Cain decides to seek another medical opinion. However, Cain becomes so consumed with worrying about Monty's health that he begins shutting out both Moira and Kyle emotionally. Kyle struggles during cadets, but feels unable to turn to Cain for encouragement because his father has become distant and dismissive. Moira tries to comfort Cain as they await news about Monty's condition, but he refuses to listen. When Cain eventually learns that the dog has inoperable tumors, the devastating diagnosis leaves him heartbroken. Unable to cope, Cain distances himself from Moira and heads off on a camping trip with Kyle. His temper flares when he discovers Kyle has invited Graham along. As tensions boil over, Kyle challenges his father's behavior. Cain storms away in anger, and as night falls, he slips down a hillside, trapping his leg and leaving himself in serious danger. Elsewhere, Dawn should be enjoying the excitement of her upcoming wedding, but her happiness is overshadowed after discovering that Billy and Gabby have started dating. Serena first arrived in Emmerdale as Charity Dingle's unexpected source of comfort, giving Charity someone outside the village to confide in following her traumatic rape ordeal. However, it soon became clear that Serena wasn't the neutral outsider she appeared to be. Revealing herself as a member of the Sugden family, she arrived carrying secrets about her cousin, John Sugden. While most villagers have remained wary of her, especially Aaron Dingle, one resident has viewed her very differently. Ross Barton has been captivated by Serena since the moment she arrived. Unlike Manpreet Sharma and Laurel Thomas, who both fell for his charm, Serena has repeatedly turned him down. That rejection has only made Ross more determined, as she's become the one woman in the village he hasn't managed to win over. Despite rejecting his advances at every turn, Serena eventually begins spending more time with him. Whether she's genuinely warming to Ross or simply using him to further her own agenda remains unclear. Secretly, Serena is determined to uncover the truth about what happened involving Nate and John, and her growing interest in Ross may be part of that plan. While Ross is busy trying to impress Serena, he completely overlooks the fact that someone has broken into Home Farm, the very estate he's employed to help protect. Kim is furious about the security breach and orders Ross to investigate. She gives him a list of possible suspects, including Moira Dingle and Robert Sugden, insisting he identify whoever is responsible. Moira dismisses his accusations with amusement, while Aaron reacts angrily when Ross suggests Robert could be involved. Serena steps in before the confrontation gets out of hand and sends Ross away. She then pleads with Robert to let her remain at the farm, revealing the full story about John. Although Aaron continues to have doubts, they ultimately agree she can stay. Meanwhile, Kim makes a crucial discovery about the burglary. Rather than expensive valuables, the thief has taken a simple USB stick, leading Kim to believe the break-in was carefully planned and targeted. With Robert still unable to work because of his injuries, Aaron offers Serena a job on the farm. The opportunity couldn't have come at a better time, as it perfectly fits Serena's hidden plans. Working at the farm also allows Serena to spend more time around Ross, something he enthusiastically welcomes. Ross believes he's finally making progress, and is convinced his usual charm is beginning to work. But Serena's sudden change of attitude may have nothing to do with romance. Could Ross's position at Home Farm make him the perfect person to help her uncover the answers she's really searching for? Next week in Emmerdale, Dawn Fletcher reaches an exciting milestone in her wedding preparations when she finally collects her dream wedding dress. However, despite planning to marry Joe Tate, she can't seem to stop thinking about her former husband, Billy. Thrilled with her beautiful custom-made gown, Dawn proudly shows off the garment bag to both Joe and Gabby Thomas as she celebrates the special moment. Does it still count as bad luck if the groom only catches sight of the dress bag? Our Emmerdale insider jokes. Regardless of old superstitions, marrying Joe Tate could prove to be an even bigger gamble. Dawn may have decided to forgive everything he's done, but the real question is whether she'll still feel the same once she reaches the altar. Although Dawn is excited about the wedding, another issue continues to weigh heavily on her mind. She recently asked Billy and Gabby to keep their romance hidden from the children, but it's becoming increasingly clear that she's struggling to accept their relationship. Our insider explains that Dawn didn't think twice about Billy when she left him for Joe. Now that Billy has moved on and found happiness with someone else, she may be realizing what she's lost. The situation is made even more awkward because Billy's new partner is living under the same roof as Dawn, making it impossible for her to avoid witnessing their growing relationship. Elsewhere, Billy plans a romantic meal for Gabby, but she secretly avoids eating it by distracting him throughout the evening. Could Gabby's growing obsession with her health create problems between the couple? And is Dawn beginning to regret choosing Joe instead of Billy? Show bosses have already confirmed that the complicated love triangle involving Joe, Dawn, and Billy will become one of the biggest storylines of the summer as the wedding draws closer. A spokesperson for the soap revealed that, even with her wedding day approaching, Dawn continues to struggle with seeing Billy and Gabby together. Emmerdale airs on weeknights at 8 p.m. on ITV1, with episodes also available to stream on ITVX.